Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 2nd of April episode of my fantabulous live stream. Less fantabulous than sometimes tonight due to the fact that I did not have time to set up a bunch of subjects and readings and stuff. We're all friends here, though, so nobody's going to judge me for it. However, that being said, welcome to the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream, where we have bevies, we have blades, and we do on occasion talk about bushcrafty things. Before we go any further, I gotta take care of that housekeeping stuff, which is the part where I say that if you're watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next year or next month or next year, thank you for your eyes. Thank you for the comments that you dropped down below the doobly-doo. I just get all warm and fuzzy when I see that you're spending your time with us after the fact. It means that there must be something here that you keep coming back and liking. Speaking of that, if at any point tonight you really, really love what's happening here at this fantabulous live stream, then I invite you to drop me a smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. The frowny thumb works just as well. And if you'd like to take a more active role in supporting the channel and keeping the lights on around here, then I invite you to click on the join button wherever it may be. When you do that, you will see that there are 2 tiers of membership, and the information on what each of those tiers gets you for your hard-earned money. So without much further ado, let's see who's hanging with me on this night of nights. Little sip of wine. Ooh, wine, Jesse, you're so class. I made a cassoulet for supper tonight, and it calls for a 1/4 cup of white wine, so I popped one open. This is pretty nice, actually. I like my wine dry. This is dry. It's still fruity, though. This is a I don't remember what the zone of appellation is, but it's a 80% Cabernet Sauvignon and a 20% Chardonnay, which is fine because I do not think that Chardonnay is my favorite white wine by a long stretch, but blended in with like a Sauv Blanc works for me. Did I say it was a Cabernet Sauvignon? No, it was a Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay. Come on, Cabernet Sauvignon, give me a fucking break. Am I after 8 seconds in? Demonetized. So aside from that, what do we got to talk about? I have so many things to drink here. I have wine. I have water. Later I'll have whiskey. Did I bring? Yes. And of course, I have tea. So who's hanging with me? Oh, check this out. These are the Apple AirPod Pros, whatever their appellation is. Haven't been able to find them since around Christmas time, and I was all like, oh god, that's $325 that I just don't have to buy a new one. My wife was like, you should check all your bags. And I finally hit the woods this weekend for a little bit, and so spent some of that time shooting a little video or two. And as I was digging through my bushcraft bag when I got back, in this side pocket, underneath my compass, they were just sitting there. So I'm feeling jubilant. Very, very happy. Tea. I've said twice now that I'm going to get to the side chat, so that's what we're going to do. All right. So who's hanging? Wow, there's a lot of people already hanging. And it's funny because I was kind of late getting this going. First up was Off-Grid Recon at 6:47 in the PM. He's in Colorado Springs today. Nice. How's the weather out there in Colorado Springs today? Russell popping in at 7:05, doing the good work, reminding everyone to hit that thumbs up. Destiny popping in. By the way, I would like to point out that Russell is a channel hero and a channel mod. So, be polite or he'll drop the hammer like our friend David. Destiny is saying, can't make it to the live tonight. What? That's okay. Gonna catch us on the replay. I will definitely say hi to the peeps for you, Destiny, and bisous to you too. Oh, it's not gonna be the same without Destiny popping the questions. It's okay. It's okay. We're all adults here. We can handle this. We got Canadian also popping by early. Canadian is also a channel hero, as is Destiny. So let's see. What is that? That he's waving. He's cool. Dropping me a thumbs up and saying something loud. And he's playing the drums with me. Nice. Country boy popping in. Also early. It's not really a Rain Dance Live without Destiny now, is it? I agree, but there's still a bunch of cool people hanging with us here, Country Boy, so that's okay. And by the way, all of these comments were like an hour or so before I was even on. Country Boy says, I'll be working on a couple fishing reel covers and a Western belt, but I'll be watching. That fishing reel cover that you showed me is very cool. If I fished, I'd be all excited about that. Good old wine. There's Christy Grounds being all channel hero-y. Christy likes the image I put up of my supper on Facebook tonight. I was looking for something that would knock it out of the park, and I was like, I'm making a cassoulet. Then I realized I didn't have some of this stuff, so I had excuse me, I had Cody go and pick Clem up at school so I could go to the grocery store. Hey, we got Serge hanging with us. I was really happy to have Serge on screen last week. I feel like it's been a long time since he and I have done content together. And I do hope that we get to hit the woods someday soon. But yeah, I liked that live stream last week. I thought it was very interesting. It was also cool when Mallory popped in later in the evening. Sounds like she's getting her stuff together, picking up after some big life changes. I really get off on. I think maybe that has a kind of dirty term, but I don't mean that. I mean, I love it when I hear stories of someone who's gone through some rough stuff, maybe a rough patch, sort of picking up and like moving on in a concrete way rather than just talking about it. So it was really cool to hear Mallory's stuff last week. Okay, so it's just a bunch of people saying hi to each other, so I'm going to skip by. Hey, there's Peanut Trucker. How's it going? Nice to hear from you. Where are you tonight? Peanut Trucker occasionally sends me these pictures that make me kind of laugh or kind of, some cool stuff. He and his wife go to wine tasting, so he sends me these pictures. I'm never going to get to taste these wines, but I love seeing that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Boom, 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 boom. There's Grace Martin, who is a channel hero, saying hi, swinging on by. Always nice to see Grace popping in the side chat. I say that about Grace, like it's not true of guys like Peanut Trucker and Christy and all the rest of you too. I mean, I really feel that these Tuesday nights I'm kind of hanging with my buds, even though virtually none of us have ever met each other. It's still, these are all names I like seeing in the side chat and like hearing from. Serge says, I feel like I'm a day early and it's Monday due to Easter. Yeah, Easter was a long weekend, which I really had to work hard to not waste. Like I was like, no, this weekend I'm shooting something. For reasons that I'm not going to go into. I get very little opportunity to weekends or not to hit the woods. I was like, we got 4 days. I'm not wasting the whole 4 days. But then on Friday, the missus threw her back out in a massive way. So I spent a lot of time, sort of making sure she's okay and stuff. And she threw her back out as we were leaving to go to her mom's for it wasn't Friday. It was early Saturday because we went for Saturday for the day. But by the time we got there, she was immobile. So she sort of like lay down at the party and sort of slept it off, which I think kind of helped her. But like we didn't see my family this weekend either because we couldn't leave the house or anything. But I did make sure to take advantage of the time we had in Oka to go for a nature walk, spend some time in the woods. She was fine. She was surrounded by family. Cody has asked to do another bushcraft video with me, which makes me very happy because I've kind of felt that, as she hit 12, she was sort of growing away from me and that stuff. But so it was really nice to hear her ask. I'm keeping a running list of what my next videos are going to be. That first one is the Victorinox knife review. It's been shot now. I just have to edit it and put it up. I mean, most of you know that I bought this how many months ago? Like, how long ago did I buy this? Last year? I don't remember. Anyway, so I felt really good. Oh, Canadian says ads, but I have like an alarm. I have an alarm set on my phone for every half hour so that I can sort of stop talking. Who got ads? Oh no, that was at 9. Okay. Sorry, I'm late on that. I'm gonna concentrate on the side chat and then I'll get back to my stuff. We got Tim Keegan in the house. We got, hey, there's Homie Omi. Do you got any new stuff, Homie? This is my latest acquisition, and I bought it months and months ago. I don't want to say anything about it because I just shot a review of it, so I don't want to ruin it. Suffice it to say, I'm not going to say anything. No, shut up, Jesse. Forget about it. Excuse me. Oh, come on, sinuses. Drives me crazy. Oh, look who is. Oh, hold on. How did that dinner turn out? Says Christy. My cassoulet was great. I don't know why I made rice to go with it, though. Like, the cassoulet has this much, those much. I just lost my English. It has breadcrumbs on it. So, I mean, there's a starch there, but I made rice. Camille loves rice, so she was happy. And it was delish. Alicia's like, wine? Yeah, I know. I think I explained why I'm having wine tonight. It's funny because we've been drinking a lot of white lately, but I definitely prefer red. I'm more of a red fan. But hey, I popped open a bottle to cook with, so I wasn't going to let too much of it go to waste. I have this thing where you pump out the air, so the wife can have some with her supper when she gets home, whenever she gets home, and like tomorrow and stuff. Canadian, hoping to go on a bug out survival weekend camp. First weekend of May, should be a hoot. That sounds amazing. I can't wait to hear about that. We got Mark Davidson, who is a channel hero, popping in, saying hello. Nice to see you, Mark. Christy's saying hi to Alicia. Everyone should be saying hi. Oh yeah, everyone is saying hi to Alicia. Canadian is in Ohio. Oh no, that's where your weekend is going to be. That should be cool. Yes, I did mean Sauvignon Blanc. I think I corrected myself. And I'm sitting here yapping at the camera. Everything I say just disappears. Mind like a steel sieve. I think I did correct myself. Country Boy says, demonetize in less than 5 minutes. Yeah, I know. I'm so embarrassed. So embarrassed. How late am I? Okay, so I'm only 10 minutes late because there's Russell saying hello all at 9:05. Country Boy saying tea with wine. That's weird. No, I was just showing that I had both. The wine is now finished. I shall have some water and move on to tea until 10 o'clock. Now, here's a question. Has anyone seen Al? Because if Al's here, then I'll have blue. If he's not, then I will have this dirty old Scotch, 13-year-old, or this Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. I'm going to let you guys decide. We're very democratic here. Engage with your audience. Yes. Start a pool. 2 nice whiskey should be. 2 nights whiskey should be. I did not make a spelling error. I made a spelling error. Hold on a second here. Okay with the typing. Jack. I'm going to leave that open for like 10 minutes-ish. No, I don't want to add an option. Why? No. Remove the option. Darn, burn it. Not very pro tonight, but that's okay. We're fine. We got Cliff in the house. How's it going? Mr. Foxett. How's your garden planning coming? I think Cliff has a garden that everyone should keep an eye on every year. Fabulous stuff. He's a real pro. Tim says, going to try to bake a chocolate matcha bonsai tree this week. I have 25 pounds of chocolate. May as well start using it. Yeah, you bought a funk ton of chocolate. I came across a cocktail on the Tickage of Talks. That's like a jasmine tea, gin, and like matcha powder. Simple syrup with a twist of lemon or something. But it just sounds so cool. I don't have any matcha powder, but it sounds really cool. If I do get some matcha powder at some point, maybe I'll try it. I'll try to find the cocktail recipe again. Skip is a channel hero, and he's saying hi. Everyone say hi to Skip. How's it going along his quest? How is things? How's the weather where you are right now? Here's Susie Q. Hi, is asking, did I pull any April Fool's jokes, or am I too old? I totally forgot about it this year, so I guess I am too old. My kids didn't pull April Fool's or anything. I think because, as I said, my wife pulled her back, so we were kind of in quasi-crisis mode all weekend. That I think that sort of got forgotten about completely. So tonight, Peanut Trucker is in Eloy, Arizona, just down the road from Kristen. You should have gone and hung out with her. You guys could have did the I was about to say Books Fest. What? Could have done the BB&B live stream together. Bunch of friends. Ian the Web Lord. Speaking of friends, channel hero saying hi. Everyone say hi to Ian. You're probably already saying hi to Ian because I'm like 10 minutes late. So it's 21:19, and I'm 9 minutes late. Hike with Mike in the house. Now, I have an alarm that's going to go off at 9:28, which should be the warning I need to say, hey, guys, there's going to be an advert right now, so I'm just going to kick back for a minute or two. Let's see if this works. Expecting rough weather tomorrow. Cold front hitting the warm, moist southern weather. I don't think we're expecting a big storm, but we are expecting a heavy dump of snow, maybe, which means I may be stuck working from home because I did have my summer tires put on last week, and I do not want to die. But we shall see what it looks like when I wake up in the morning. Everyone's just sort of saying hi to each other. Oh, Grace says it up there. They've been doing tornadoes today. One in your town and a couple more within 20 miles. I haven't seen a tornado in years. There was one that swung past our town when I was living in Manitoba, in Franco, Manitoba, when I was like a 7-year-old or whatever. But last minute, it sort of jinked left and took out the smaller town next to us. But I haven't seen a tornado in years and years and years. Serge was planning to do some stuff this weekend, maybe shoot something, but I got hit with another 15 centimeters of snow and lost a day. Wow, 15 centimeters. See, that's what I'm afraid of us getting tonight or tomorrow. If we get that kind of snow, then I'm not going to work. I'll be working from home. Christy says something that makes a lot of sense to me. She likes red wine in the winter months and white wine in the summer months. I can see that. I think that I like white better in the summer as well. It's a much lighter kind of drink than a big heavy red. And it's the same thing like with scotches. I've come to preferring like heavy peated stuff in the cold months, but in the summer I like stuff that's a little more floral, a little less, a little less sort of punchy. Definitely not as much peat in the summer months for sure. And with beer, I like, my winter beers to be all stout, browns, porter, stuff like that. But in the summer months, I can go to like a, cream ale and stuff like that. Excuse me, lighter stuff. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me, Christy. Like what Mike says to Grace, suppose it hit us tomorrow. We had a bunch of tornadoes back in November. Alarms are going off all night. Luckily, mostly small damage, but hearing the alarms was scary. I could see that. I'm trying to, charge down to the bottom of the comments here, people. Is that a quarter? Oh, it's it's a standard bit driver. So 5/16. What's the standard bit driver? Like all the little screwdriver bits that you put into your impact driver or whatever, they'll fit in there. And like this extra package deal thing comes with a bit, actually. Comes with a, what's it called? A spoon bit? Right? There you go. Twisty McTwist. There you go. Right? So you can just use it. Get a little leverage going on there. 20 millimeter. Oh, there we go. 20 millimeter. 20 Millimeter. Sehr gut. Scheiße. Was ist Ihnen Problem? There we go. Okay. So is that a 5/16? What's the standard? Because I've always just called it a bit driver. Hey, David Evans, channel hero and channel mod in the house. How's it going? Are you? I think you're still in Florida right now, aren't you? Christy says, all these liquids, you'll be up pissing all night. Yeah, I know. But it's all for the art. It's all for the for the presentation. Why I gotta be hanging my secrets out to dry in front of everyone, Christy? Oh, come on, sinuses. Have I said hello to everyone who's with us right now? I'm just sort of skipping where Longs is, where it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's going to rain tonight. Well, 80 is above freezing, I believe. Right? Is in old money, 32 is freezing, right? So, I mean, it's not exactly balmy, but it sounds like you're. David Evans is going to correct me, but in the 80s is what? That's like 19 degrees, 20 something maybe, which is pretty damn good. Oh, where Mark is, tornadoes everywhere today. Damn it, weather, what's going on? Country Boy says, after tonight's commute home, I'll be imbibing some bourbon with you tonight, Jess. Almost got sandwiched between a semi and a big transit van. I almost got sandwiched on, Canadian says it's a 1/4 inch. Okay. I don't know inches, from a hole in the ground. On my way home, I almost got taken out. So it was 4 lanes, like where I come onto the highway to come home. I come on and it's like 4 lanes. there's always like a bunch of traffic stopped. And then, so in this lane, there was a semi. I was coming up this lane pretty quickly, and there was a guy in a not an SUV. What's the SUV for suburban people? Minivan, just booting, just like boom, coming up, and so I couldn't get into that. And then suddenly this semi just started coming right into my. He didn't see me, obviously. It was just bad timing that I guess I had just got into his blind spot or something. So he started coming in, and I couldn't get over because this guy was coming booting up. So um, I just figured, you know what? Better a minivan up the arse than a semi, right into my head. So I cut in front of the minivan and just floored it. And so I missed the semi by probably about 3 feet. The guy behind me honked, but I was picking up enough speed that, like, he came like right up my arse, but then like it sort of equalized and I started pulling away. Um, but I did sort of have to pull over about 5 kilometers later when everything calmed down and just sort of breathe, because the whole thing happened in about maybe 3 seconds, but it felt like everything was happening in slow motion. I was like, so this is how I die? This is how I die? Oh, Shawnee is listening in. She can't really comment too much. That's regular. Shawnee's very busy. That's fine. It's good to know that you're hanging with us, Shawnee. Shawnee, by the way, is also a channel hero. Serge is saying that he's not sure if he should stay dry tonight. He feels sleepy when he drinks. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to drink tonight. That's for sure. I mean, I have no requirement that the people hanging with me get sloshed or anything. In fact, I've been trying to sort of cut back a little bit on the booze during my live streams anyway. I think last week I had a couple of whiskeys at the end, but I'm trying to sort of tone it down a touch. David says we hit 27 degrees. So 80 is 27. Holy crap, that's stankin' hot. Long as it's telling you, David, hope the two of you have a safe trip back up and all is in place at home. You need to do a video of the trip back home. I'll watch it for sure, even through a thumbs up. I'll even throw in a thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah, David's got to do some videos. Oh, you're flying home. Okay. And Longest Quest is very exact. It's 26.667 degrees Celsius. Serge says, I'm lucky if I cross a dozen cars on my commute home. Holy crap, that would be better than what I got. Yeah, I know a minivan is not an SUV, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like a, I think Toyota did an ad for their, was it their Sienna or something? Totally tongue-in-cheek, and it was great, calling it a swagger wagon. Okay, I've sort of gotten to the bottom. Russell saying that'll be a short video. I guess that's because he's flying home. So we're at 9:29 right now. So I don't know why my alarm didn't go off, but there should be advertising in about a minute. So I will say nothing of importance in. But I'm looking over at the YouTube page and I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know. The thing is, when you do this through the YouTube page rather than StreamYard, you can set it like manually. You can say, after these messages, we'll be right back, and then boom, and drop an advert. It's not the same coming through a third party like this. I would like to point out, though, that sorry, I think I just heard the Discord go bing. I'm going to ignore it. Going to completely ignore it. So I haven't seen Al here. No one else has, right? Okay, people are having advertising, so I'm just going to sit here and go da ba da ba ba da bum ba bum bum da ba 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 da bum ba ba bum ba bum boom boom bum bum bum. See, I'm not getting an advert, so I don't know when it's going to end, which is awkward. So I shall just look at whiskey. This, by the way, is an unopened bottle. So, oh, I should check the poll as soon as the advertisement is done. I would like somebody to mention to me if the advert ends anytime soon so I can get back to yipping and yapping. Skipped after 5 seconds. Grace skipped. Chrissy says it's over, and I can skip it after 5 seconds. So is everyone back? Canadian didn't get an ad. I'm going to check the poll. So 36% of you picked the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, brand new bottle. And 64% of you, whoop, I forgot to end the poll, picked the Craigellachie 13. Now, there are 18 people watching right now, which is down from a little while ago. We were at 20, and only 14 of you. Hey, I thought I hid that comment. So this is what you guys voted for, the Craigellachie 13, which I just shot a review of this weekend. So had to buy this bottle in Alberta. Was glad to see it. I've been trying to get it for a long time. Country Boy says, semi 2 vehicles in front of me slammed into a van. All I saw was the brake lights and a chunk of bumper hit the median. I started chanting accident as my eyes bounced to all my mirrors. Yeah, that's an exciting commute home for sure. 8 Acre says, closest poll I've seen in a while. Yeah, it usually is like 88% votes for one thing. Oh, my sinuses are going nuts again tonight. Darn burn it. I kept, when I was doing my tool maintenance, see, I oiled the blade. I don't think I needed to oil this blade. This is 14C28N. I think this is a stainless, but I oiled it just to be on the safe side. I keep meaning to shoot a little video as I'm doing my tool maintenance, like, washing and oiling my tools when getting home. But I was just so tired. I was like, oh, setting up even just my iPhone is. I see. I was like, I was so tired, and now I feel the need to yawn. All I saw was a 3500 transit in my rear, closing distance. He managed to stop as I swerved right to avoid the semi. Yeah. Because what a way to go if that doesn't end right. I'm not mixing a single malt. This I would probably mix. In fact, one of the things I use this for, since I'm not opening this tonight, I'm not going to open it, but this is the only Jack Daniel's I'll drink. I think the old number 7 is garbage water. It's piss disguised as whiskey. The Gentleman Jack, better, but still, nope, not going to spend my money on it. But this is actually a very damn good Tennessee whiskey. I like to call it bourbon, and hear the thunder of keyboards across the internet as Jack Daniel's lovers vent their frustration at me. It's bourbon. Lincoln County process, blah, blah, blah. It's frickin' bourbon. So, that being said, so it's currently 21:35. So, when it's 13 to 10, somebody remind me to pour this. Ote? Ote? You know what I was thinking about tonight? Yeah, it was tonight. It's just this first crossed my mind on Saturday while I was filming. If I won the lottery, I would buy a second one of these, a second EOS, a Canon 90D, so that this one just sits here all the time. and the other one I have like ready to go, go and shoot stuff in the field. Because it's just such a drag setting this up, and because the power adapter thing, it was kind of a cheap Chinesium knockoff. It doesn't always work. So like right now I've got it plugged in, had to do it twice, and it's fine. It's fine. But every time I unplug it and plug it back in, it's like, am I about to spend another another $40 to get one that works? But yeah, so I mean, to me, having just a dedicated camera for this and a dedicated camera for that is great. And the reason I would want another 90D is because, excuse me, my previous camera, the 80D, doesn't work for what we're doing right here. Connections aren't right. It shows like lines on the screen. It doesn't do a clean output the way this one does. Blah blah blah. And I do like shooting in 4K when I'm in the field, so that I have some freedom of like framing after the fact. It's like that should be tighter in, so I just zoom it in and I don't lose any detail. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I win some money or I come into some money, because it's not an impulse buy. I think this is 1600, just the body, right? So it's not the kind of thing I can be like, you know what, let's do it. It's like, no, you know what, let's hope we can do it in a couple of years, kind of thing. But yeah, I would do that in a Montreal minute for sure. Off-grid recon, doing the God's good work, telling everyone to get those thumbs up. Let me just see where we are with the thumbs. Why does YouTube make me reload the page now? Like, it used to be really good at like a live thumbs up. 18 thumbs ups to 20. Oh, we were at 23 people watching. Now we're down to 21. So that's 2 people breaking my heart. 20. I guess people just don't like me. Russell says, yeah, I hate setting up the camera for live streaming. It'd be nice to have a dedicated unit. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly it. Serge is saying that he hit the thumbs up twice. Serge likes to vote early and often. It would be nice if I could find like a mirrorless, I was going to say something more affordable, right? Like if there's a lower end Canon that still takes the lenses and will do what I'm doing here, fine. Like I don't need to have another 90D if there's a lower end Canon that still has a little bit of control over the lens. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to be precious about it. I do like to keep, I like the drapes to match the rug, so I would like it to be another Canon. I'm used to their sort of design philosophy, their interface design philosophy. But yeah, so Longest Quest says it was me. Sorry, damn it, Skip. What are you doing? Just give me a second here, people. Jim's in the house. How's it going, Jim? Howdy there, Jim. Christy, what? There's a quote for Destiny. What did I say? What the heck did I say? I can't remember. Mind like a steel sieve. Oh, I wanted to ask Alicia if she was in town or up at the cabin. I completely forgot. Because I'm assuming that Russell and Alicia were together for the long weekend. Russell, if you're still hanging with us, did Alicia go home, or is she still hanging with you? I love how Audi has just become a thing. Like everyone's saying Audi to Jim. Christy, something about drapes. Oh, I like the drapes to match the rug. I think I don't know where I got that. It might be a dirty thing, to be straight with you, but I don't remember. But it's the way I say, like, I want, like, let me move some stuff around so I can grab what I was about to grab. Like, if I'm going to replace the handle on this axe one day, I want it to be a council tool haft, because it's a council tool head. That's what I mean. Like when I say I want the drapes to match the rug, it's like I want my cameras to all be Canon because I'm used to Canon. I have lenses for Canon. When I'm rehafting an axe, if it's something that still has a production haft available, I will buy that haft. You know, stuff like that. I like my stuff to match. Some people are fine with like a whole mix and match everything, but you know, I like oh, Russell says, oh, it wasn't Alicia. It was Russell using the wrong account. Okay. Off-grid is reacting to something, but I don't remember what. Oh, Audi. He's saying Audi. I love it. Tea is done. Off-grid Recon loves his ADD. Oh, hold on. Russell says, totally get it. When you have a kid and it's human, then you want the other kid that's also human. Well, fortunately, both of my kids are human. But some people have canine kids, and they will like absolutely defend the idea that those canines are there. No, this is my kid. We're not having babies. We have a kid. Buster's our kid. Yeah, off-grid. The 80D is it's a fabulous camera. I still have one. In fact, it's the one that I gave to Cody to learn how to shoot on, because it's functionally identical, looks identical to the 90D. So it's really easy to flip back and forth. It doesn't allow me to do in fact, the reason I originally bought the 90D, I had been wanting to shoot in 4K, but I was just using this. But I wanted to do this. I wanted a DSLR so I could have this kind of image quality, and the 80D wouldn't let me do it, not adequately. There's a speed issue with the USB and all that stuff. This is using an HDMI cable. But yeah, 80D is a great camera for sure. David says, or feline kids, absolutely. Wait. I'll get to that. Sometimes you can find just the camera body. Said you have lenses. Yeah, I would only buy the body for sure. I don't need more lenses, especially because it would, the kit comes with either the 55 blah 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 or the 10, the 35 to. I don't need lenses. 8 Acres says exactly what I was trying not to say. Yes, the drapes is the woman's hair and the carpet is. Yes, of course. As I was saying that, I was like, yeah, I think I remember where that comes from, but I'm not going to go there. And then, of course, sales just took us there anyway. Longsquest wants an entire crew with gear to record his videos. You know what I would want? Because I'm ambivalent about that whole like I don't love how YouTube is sort of becoming TV 2.0, like how there are how some YouTubers have become YouTube studios kind of thing. But I would love an editor. If this channel made enough money, I would hire an editor. Because I even looked into, hiring an editor off of Fiverr, and they're all like, yeah, $70, 5-minute video. I'm like, whoa. So no, because I sort of try to aim for my videos to be like 10 minutes, I'll do you a promo video, $50. I'm like, okay, great. Except what if I don't want a promo video? right? Once you extrapolate to if I have like a 20-minute video, like I can't afford it. I just can't. But I would have so much more content going out if I could just hand my footage off to an editor. If I wasn't paying big bucks for StreamYard, it still wouldn't work out. It still wouldn't work out because I would be trying to pump out like, yeah, I don't know. Russell says, water froze in my spigot on my tote and it's got a split. Can I fill that with some epoxy or a silicone? I think you can use epoxy, can't you? David is trying to sell his body slightly used. Slightly. Off-grid Recon is here. How you doing? Oh, Country Boy and I were thinking the same thing. Slightly. Off-grid Recon is not in there. Still trying to figure out my stuff. It's like I went to school to edit, to technically write and direct, but we had to learn how to shoot and edit as well. It's just the time it takes. I know how to do it. I like doing it. I just don't have the time, And at the end of the day, there's a lot of kids who are doing better editing than I can do anyway, right? I mean, I'm not bad at it, but some of the people making YouTubes have really cool stuff happening, and I just don't even think that way. Thank you, Christy. 13 minutes. Whoops. What the heck? Oh, this is the French that was on the back of this when I bought this. That's weird because I bought this in Alberta, so why was there French on it? Anyway, what else? Yeah, Seth says same thing. He knows how to edit, he just doesn't have the time. Yeah, I poured. We're good. It's poured. Christy says, have your daughter learn how to edit and then pay her a small fee. She does know how to edit. She just doesn't know how to edit in the app I use. Because every summer she goes to video summer day camp. She used to go summer and March break, but like this past March break, my wife took them to New York City, or they like go to the lake. Put it down. Awkward Recon just passed 100 subs. That's amazing. Love it. That's cool. Can somebody yeah, I can't drop Off-Grid Recon's channel. Can someone drop Off-Grid Recon's channel in the side chat for people to right click and open in a new tab to take a look at later? Such a cool whiskey. Yeah. Yes. If I could afford it, I would absolutely pay for an editor. Maybe not for every video, like maybe like every second video, just to give myself some breathing time, And like some people have like a dedicated cameraman and everything. I don't think I need a dedicated cameraman. I'm not driving a Land Rover across a black sand beach in Iceland. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm shooting some pretty basic stuff, although I would love a drone. it's sitting there at the back of my head. Want one massively. That one that's like 249 grams, so that I don't need a drone operator's license, but still does the follow me. DJI makes one that fits perfectly, although they've probably changed the model by now. I've been feeling too bad about it to keep up on the new tech. Peanut Trucker put Off-Grid Recon's channel there, so everybody who's interested, do a right click on that and select open in a new tab so you can watch it at your leisure without interrupting the live stream. Seth says to teach Cody the software. She has the bases now. I was about to do a complete dad joke, but her base is in her room, so never mind. And Chrissy just subscribed to Off-Grid Recon. Nice. And David put up Off-Grid Recon's channel too. Look at all that. Look at all that cooperativeness. Right click, open link in new tab, and subscribe. Boom. And in fact, not only subscribe, but I'm going to click the little bell. There we go. I have now subscribed Off-Grid Recon. There we go. Russ says that Off-Grid Recon looks like he's part grizzly. I haven't had time to look yet, so don't. See, now I'm going to want to go and check it. He's got a Jeep. Love it. Every time we pass a Jeep on the road, Cody still says Jeep. The two cars that sort of my two favorite cars in a bushcraft sense are like the Jeep Wrangler. Has to be the 4-door. I don't like the 2-door. Especially because now there's a plug-in hybrid. And the Land Rover Defender. Technically, the old Defender, the one that still had the two flippies under the windscreen, because there was no air conditioning or anything. I love those old Defenders. In fact, I like all of the old Defenders before they canceled them and then brought them out again. I like the new Defender, but I think I like the new Defender out of some weird sense of brand loyalty. And I love how the back lights are an homage to the old rear lights. There's no reason for that configuration except that it echoes back to the old rear lights on the old Defenders. I think the Land Rover Defender again has to be the 4-door. It's an absolute automotive poem, but they're stupid money. They're both way too expensive for what they are. Neither of them are fantastic cars, that's for sure. I think if you want either, buying a really old one is the way to go, because they both used to be just bomb-proof cars. And it's nothing against Jeep or Land Rover. It's just that's what happens nowadays. It's this. The Defender has gone up market and down quality. When the magic of the Defender it was a basic, great car. It was the kind of thing you could see bouncing across the dunes in Africa. Just love them. Absolutely love them. Can't afford them, but I love them. If they made a plug-in hybrid Defender, I would sell many things to afford that. And when the plug-in Wrangler appeared for kind of not a lot more money, that's when I realized that, all this stuff that we talk about, it's a left wing or right wing thing. No, it's not. Because Ford and Jeep, they know where the future is. It's not a political thing. We're sold this idea it is, but it's not. It's absolutely not. But like at the end of the day, I'm a big Toyota guy. If they still sold the Land Cruiser here, and it hadn't gone kind of up market as well, that would be a fabulous choice. Actually, I think that they might be starting to sell the Land Cruiser here again. I think I saw like an advert, or maybe it was a concept car or something. Anyways, I'm not a big car guy, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna waste the rest of this live stream blithering on about cars to you guys. Um, oh, okay. So Skip is telling Russell, I wish I could confidently say yes, but I do not think anything will work other than installing a tote liner, and I've never tried one, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Offgrid says, like the Jeep grill, 7 slots. Yeah, that's a patented design. Sean Alaska's in the house. How's it going, Sean? I'm a truck guy, but the 2 best off-road vehicles I've had were a 1974 Jeep Cherokee and a 73 K5 Chevy Blazer. Both awesome off-road. I think where you live, a big old pickup is probably logical. Um, I, I, I freaking hate the F-150. Well, no, I hate the F-150 when it's a guy with, truck nuts and a lift kit who's never gone, who's never thrown a sheet of plywood in the back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if the truck has never been made to do some work, like Canadian has an F-150. The guy works in tools. So I think he's probably got, he's probably using at least part of the time that F-150 for what Canadian, if you're still here, am I right? It's an F-150. It's not a Ram, right? But like those trucks make a lot of sense for people who have a certain life. But I hate seeing them on like Crescent Street in front of a dance club. It's like, I mean, maybe the guy does work in the trades, but there are more F-150s than there are tradesmen, But I kind of like, that Ford, was it the Maverick? The one that's like the size of an 80s pickup? That one I like. Like that's a pickup I could see myself driving because I like the size better. I don't think I could throw 2 tons of rocks in the back or anything, but I'm a homeowner. I'm a homeowner, not a tradesman, right? Like I want to be able to throw a sheet of plywood into it. I want to be able to, throw a couple of sheets of drywall into it, kind of thing. Oh, hold on. People are talking. Off-grid Recon says, yeah, the Land Cruiser is coming back. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting to me. 8 Acres is still waiting for his Ioniq 5. You're going to be waiting for a few more months, aren't you? Yeah, that's the problem. Big Green Moose. By the way, hi, Big Green Moose, channel hero. Please note the icon. Land Cruiser is back for 24, but you need to sell your firstborn to afford one. That's the problem, man. All these cars that used to be kind of real basic, but just run forever. Now they've all got like leather seats, entertainment systems, and like start at 70 grand kind of thing. It's like, why? That's not what the pedigree of these vehicles is. There's Marcel. How's it going? I was gonna send pictures of the cassoulet I made tonight to Discord, but I think I forgot. I'm a minute early. Everybody forget I just did that. Sean has an F-150. Yeah, but you're building a cabin. And you live in Alaska. That's why I'm saying, like, there are many cases where one of those things makes perfect sense. Like, I have a cousin who drives one and there's no reason for him to drive it. There's no reason. He's got a wicked lift kit on it. Actually, I think he started trying to go to take it to off-road, off-roading areas and stuff. So, but still. Long's Quest says, Canadian winters are ruthless. You can purchase a new valve if it's not the tank. Yeah, they are. I figured that talking about using silicone or epoxy was sort of as a temporary fix to get them through until you could. Because how the hell are you going to replace that spigot without gooshing water all over the ground and losing your water harvest, right? Cliff says those kind of guys are called pavement princes. I did not know that. Did not know that at all. Mall crawlers. I didn't even know that either. That's a great name, though. Serge says it's the most popular pickup. It's the most popular vehicle. It sells more than anything else, at least in Canada. I don't know about the rest of North America, but it sells like hotcakes. David says to get a trailer hitch and a trailer. Yeah. We were so dumb when we got our RCX5, because not only did we knock over the trailer hitch upgrade, but we didn't even get the damn roof racks. It's like, so like every vehicle we ever buy or lease or whatever from here on out is going to have at least both of those, to be honest with you. Both. Upcharge, who cares? The usability is just, there are so many times I was like, why didn't we get the roof racks? I'm standing here in the trailer, I was gonna say trailer park, but I meant the parking lot of like Renault Depot or Home Depot or something, with a sheet of plywood, and like they're out of at Renault. They sell these. They don't sell. They have like a little station where there's nylon string, little red plastic flags, and then these cardboard things that you can fold so that they make like a triangular tube that you can put on your roof and then strap your stuff down for if you don't have roof racks. And they're out of those. And I'm just like, okay. So like once what I did was I ran back in and bought two pool tubes and cut them to size and put those on top. It's just like, no, it's roof racks or bust from here on in. It's called the Maverick shelter. It's new for 2023. It was new for 2023. 2022. I think the 2023 model was the first. It's a great size. And there are two options that you can choose. Same price. You can take either the petrol engine or a hybrid. Stupidly, the hybrid does not come with all-wheel drive, though, but the petrol engine does. Yeah, exactly. Peanut Truckers, the Maverick is a little smaller. Yeah. It's like straight up 80s pickup size. I love it. Oh, hold on. I forgot. How come my alarms aren't happening? So I missed that we had an ad again. Are the ads over? They have to be over. Sean is talking about exactly what pisses me off about those things. Yeah, Russell says that the problem with replacing the spigot is that the tote is full. Yeah, exactly what I was wondering about. Jim's got a Ram. So does Christy. I'm just seeing. Yeah, Russell made sure that CG got the trailer hitch on the RAV4. Yeah, absolutely. I like that RAV4, man. I would buy the hybrid. I like the RAV4. Yes, you can also buy aftermarket trailer hitches. Yep, you can. Sean says to Russell, rubber sink stopper, tie a string to it, float it to the valve on the bottom, open valve, and the stopper will plug it. Do your repair and then plug. And then pull the plug via the cord. How would you float it to the valve? Oh, I guess like when you open the spigot, it would sort of suck it to. That was loud to block the hole. No, I did not set my alarm for AM. Chrissy, I use a 24-hour clock. He said, double checking and realizing that Christy's absolutely right. No, yes. So the next one is set to 22:28, but yeah, you're right. The other two are set for 9:28 and 9:58 in the morning. This is our little secret, okay, Christy? This doesn't go beyond you and me. That which happens on the live stream stays on the live stream. Russell, a Band-Aid, I guarantee you, will not work. The Maverick reminds me of the Cube? Why? They don't even look the same. I know someone who had a Cube. He said that the nice thing about it was he could just hose out the inside if he got a bunch of crap everywhere. I don't know if he's being serious or not. Alaska says, Sean says, they're heavier than the water, so get it close and open the valve. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Ian got a Wrangler 4-door Call of Duty edition at an auction last summer. Way different than anything I've driven in the past. Yeah, I remember those Call of Duty editions. That's co-branding taken to the next level. Such a good whiskey. Absolutely terrific. Why is everyone saying way to go to Christy? What the? Oh, I see. Yes. Ha 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 ha. It's okay. Sean asked what I'm sipping tonight. He got in late. I shall show you. Are you doing the do tonight? The Tullamore do? Craigellachie 13 Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. This, if you guys will forgive me for going a little whiskey anorak on you for a little second. So this is a bottle I've been dying to try for years now, and it's a very historical style of whiskey. It's a very dirty, kind of bombastic flavor. And that's because the excuse me, they use what's called a worm tub, which is when I'm looking. Yeah. So here it is. I don't know if you can see it, but so there's a worm tub right there. Okay. It's when they're distilling. It's a copper tube that sort of does this and gets narrower as it goes, going through a vat of cool water. It's a historical way of distilling. Not many distillers do it anymore. Something in this method of condensing the spirit creates these very, like, we call it a dirty whiskey. It's got kind of an earthy grit to it that a lot of whiskeys these days do not have. But I mean that in a fabulous way. And so this is, if you want to know what whiskey, what Scotch tasted like in, like, give or take 1891, this is going to be probably as close as you can come. Whereas if you want to know what a whiskey, like a blended whiskey, tasted like in 1931, this is engineered to be as close to that old whiskey as possible, you know. So I like whiskeys that really pay an homage to their historical versions. Oh, Sean's got a bottle of Ballantine's. Now in Montreal, because this is probably the most Irish town in North America, Boston can suck it. Um, there's a whole segment of people who are, in the Irish pubs who, and I don't remember which is which, so forgive me. Um, my family is more Scottish. I do have a whole Irish side, but my family is more Scottish. Um, but it's like one of them is a Catholic, like between Ballantyne's and Jameson. One of them is like the Catholic choice, and the other is the Protestant choice. And so this whole segment of people who sort of judge each other based by, their choice. I love a Ballantyne's. Oh, for Jesus' sake. Fucking Catholics kind of thing, Um, it's funny. I have my band has a fan. Well, he's a buddy actually, who always buys us shot, and it's always Ballantyne's. And almost no one buys us shots that are not like Jameson. A couple of bought us shots of tequila with the lime and the shaker, and it was like, oh no. But it's almost always Jameson. Jameson is like the Guinness of the Irish whiskey world. You walk into a pub and say, "I'll have a shot of whiskey." It's going to be the Jameson. So it's funny when Bob buys us the Ballantynes. I have it wrong. I have it absolutely wrong. It's not Ballantynes. It's Bushnell's. I'm completely wrong. It's not Ballantynes. It's Bushnell's. But I've been drinking some booze tonight, so. Geez, is it Ballantynes or Bushnell's? I think it's Bushnell's. I gotta look this up now. 30 seconds from now, somebody's probably going to correct me in the side chat because 6 of you have already looked it up. I can't remember which is which. I'm looking it up, but I just keep coming up with we're deep diving into the differences and similarities between Jameson versus Bushmills. But I'm looking for that whole Catholic Irish, Catholic Protestant thing. Jeffrey Morgenthaler says, "Ask your bartender, Protestant versus Catholic whiskey. It's Bushmills." Yeah. Hey, bartender. My Southside Irish Chicago dad always told me that Jameson was the Catholic whiskey and Bushmills was the whiskey made by the damn Protestants. Now, this character I met at the bar is trying to tell me it's the other way around. Help. Who do I believe? The man who raised me or some drunk I met in a bar? You can see why I'm confused. School marm. Hey, marm. I was wondering when someone would ask this question. The truth of the matter is, the age-old faux pas of ordering Bushmills for fear of supporting English aggression and defending the Republic of Ireland is about as Irish as corned beef, which is to say not very Irish at all, but rather Irish American. And sorry, kids, corned beef is a Jewish invention. So both your sources are wrong, but at least your father got the order right. The widely accepted Irish American version is that Jameson is Catholic whiskey and Bushmills is Protestant whiskey. But that's merely based on geography. Bushmills is from Northern Ireland, a predominantly Protestant region, and Jameson is from Cork, Catholic country. I'm going to share this with you guys. See, I got to do a reading. Where the hell is it? Because I don't even think Ballantyne's is Irish. I think I have a bottle of Ballantyne's, in fact. It's a blend. It's a blended Scotch, I think. So let me get back to where I was. Apparently, I should make a dedicated video on this. Is this what I was talking about with the two whiskeys? Well, when I completely blew it. How do you engineer a whiskey? The Japanese engineer whiskey more beautifully than more beautifully than I could even tell you. The little square bottle, the Nika whiskey from the barrel, it's engineered as hell. Like, it's caramel colored, it's chill filtered. It's a blend of 100 different whiskeys, and it's just gorgeous. Oh yeah, Sean Alaska says, no, you're thinking Bushmills and Jamesons. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, Ballantine is a blended Scotch. Sorry, I've just been like blithering on. Bushmills is Protestant, Jameson is Catholic. Yeah. I used to know a girl from Cork. Well, a whole family from Cork. Um, so this is so good. There we go. Yeah, I used to have a bottle of Ballantines, in fact. What I have a bottle of John Bar that kind of plays the same role as the Ballantines in my bar cart. You know, it's a basic blend. Actually, I think Ballantines is a bit better than John Bar. I bought John Bar because I absolutely refuse to buy Johnny Walker Red Label. That's the second worst whiskey in the world. That might be bombast, but it's the second worst whiskey I've ever tried. Anyways, it's enough talk about whiskey. This isn't a whiskey channel. I have one of those. Sean Alaska says, my grandmother's family's from Cork. My grandfather's family's from Leitrim. And yet, you must have a Scottish family as well. Because of, the kilt. The Irish wore kilts historically as well. I mean, the clan system fell apart completely in Ireland at one point, but I'm gonna have to look at this Jeffrey Morgenthaler's site. Jeffrey Morgenthaler is a big name. He's a like a big name bartender. Like, created a lot of the modern classics. And so if something gets said on Jeffrey Morgenthaler website, you can kind of take it to the bank. Huh. Nope, all Irish. Interesting. Well, the spelling of Sean becomes clear. What time are we at? We're at 22:18. Okay. Just making sure I'm not going late or anything. Yeah, well, Sean, most of us in North America are mutts. More than we like to admit, for sure. I keep, like, I'm curious about doing the whole 23andMe thing, but I kind of feel that in some way, like, I don't know, you're giving away the copyright to your genes or something. Like, I feel that these companies in some way are databasing our information. And I'm tired of having my information databased. It gets databased by the phone, like, by your phone manufacturers. It gets databased massively. Like, Google is probably the worst of the bunch. Is that bombast? They're one of the worst of the bunch, probably. But the worst of the worst is, like, your credit card companies, Facebook. These guys are all like, all you are is sellable information to these people. And so I keep sort of, I want to know, but I don't want to know enough to spend, like, whatever is 100 and something to give that intimate a degree of my information to a corporation in another company, in another country. Because, like, in Canada, sort of, you own your information. So if you're adamant that a company forget everything about you, you can kind of make a legal case for it. But in the United States, it's not like that at all. The the vehicle owns your information. It's changed a bit up here in recent years, but there's still a case to be made for Canadians to say, forget me. But yeah, I do want to know my story, but I'm not willing. to go there, you know? Yeah, Sean says, agreed. I'll never do a DNA test. Yeah. Not unless I'm wanted for a crime. But my mama did our family tree, did her side of our family tree um a while ago. And she went through like ancestry.ca, and like that's where she started, but then sort of checked the records, you know, in City Hall, or, you know, Quebec City, and sort of did the whole genealogy thing. Spoke to some distant cousins in Scotland. Um, Russell wants to do a DNA test to figure out what the hell happened. Hey, Carol's here. Carol, by the way, who is currently a channel hero, judging by that icon next to her name. How's it going, Carol? Sean says, I tracked my family line down, found the village we're from, and went there. An entire cemetery filled with my surname. So yeah, I know where I'm from. I know that our direct line comes from Dundee, but I mean the Scottish side, right? Because you know, the other, you know, my mom's father's side, you know, they've been in Quebec for like 400 years. So, country boy, hold on. Russell says, "Wow, a whole cemetery within Alaska on the tombstones. Weird." Sean says, "Russell, to find out your 1/4 Sasquatch, Sam Squatch." Country boy says, "Won't do the DNA thing, but my brother did. 90% Scottish and 2% Irish. That is incredibly rare for someone living in North America." So, is your family like recent immigrants then? Are you first or second generation? Because, I mean, in Scotland, well, no, in northern Scotland, there's a whole lot of Viking happening there, right? Sean says, right, Russell? And every third one said rock off grid. Cousin, you guys, use guys. Russell's going to find out that he's 1/64th pine sap. It's better to be fir sap or spruce sap, but pine sap's okay too. Maybe some vitamin C in there. Some vitamin C in theirs. Oh, Joe Robinette just uploaded something about an hour ago. It's just a short, though, it looks like. Tired, guys. Tired. Very tired. Excuse me while I take a sip of my water. Country Boy says, I'm third generation. Both sides of my family came from the Highlands. All right. Off-Grid Recon asks if we're getting the solar eclipse next week. Yep, Montreal is right in the path for the 100%, the totality. It's gonna be cloudy though. For the past 8 years, every single time something interesting has happened in the sky, it's been clouded out in this freaking town. So I'm not excited about it. We got some glasses, but I'm fully expecting it to be clouded out completely. Which is too bad because I sure do like stuff that's going on in the sky. Serge is 2% maple syrup, which is fitting since he's French Canadian, like me. Have I seen one like an eclipse? Yeah, when I was a kid, in Saint Boniface, there was a total eclipse that we all went out and watched, or that my parents went out and watched. I don't know if I watched or not because I mean, I was young. It might have been during nap time at school or something. So I was talking about that with, I think it was my mom. She's like, man, I don't know. Back in the 70s, we didn't have special glasses for the kids. Nobody cared. We didn't have, And I said, yeah. And like my dad was using a skill saw on sheets of asbestos. So and she was like, yes. Well, I just don't know. Like, oh, okay. Off-Grid saw the one in Oregon a few years ago. Life-changing moment. Yeah, they are definitely something you remember. He says this guy who can't remember the one he saw as a child or didn't see. I have no idea if I saw it or not. Country Boy says, right now I'm about 90% beer and 10% bourbon. I would say I am 10% wine and 8% scotch. So tired. Can I make it to 11? Am I going to make it? Let me see here. You guys want to hear what my next few bushcraft videos are? One of them is something that you guys suggested. Who the hell says suggested? Well, many people, but I don't like it. No, that's songs to practice for gigs coming up. So I'm doing the Victorinox knife. I still have to kind of edit and post that hike that I found from 2021. That's the one that where I just chunked out the canoe part and threw that up. Oh, and way back, Cody and I asked if you guys had any challenges you want us to do, and somebody said do a 1-stick fire. So we're gonna try to do that this summer. I was happy as a pig in shift when Cody asked if we can do another bushcraft video, because I really did think that she was sort of moving on. I'm wondering if she's outgrown that knife that I made for her, or that I handled for her. Oh. Do we have an advert? I have 10:28, so in 2 minutes we should have an advertisement. So that's assuming that it's going on the time on StreamYard rather than the time on YouTube, because of the fact that the there's like a 10-second delay, it looks like. I'm just estimating. I don't know if it's true, because like I have StreamYard open here, here, and then I have YouTube open over there, so that I can see the side chat like kind of real time. But yeah, I'm not sure. So we may disappear for an advert in a couple of seconds. Sal says, better natural light than natural gas. Fair enough. I don't know what I'm... Oh, I see. Long says, right now I'm about 20% natural light. Big Grey Moose saw the last full lunar eclipse up on Macintosh Lake in Algonquin a few years ago. All the loons went wild the moment the moon disappeared. Amazing experience on a group backcountry paddling trip. Yeah, that trip. That sounds amazing. Love it. Absolutely. Fox, it says the delay between StreamYard and YouTube is roughly 10 to 30 seconds, depending on bandwidth. That makes sense. I'm trying to keep an eye to see if we're getting an advertisement. But Sash had no ads at 10 o'clock. That's interesting. Very interesting. Excuse me. Because right now it's 10:30, it says. I'm not seeing anything over on the YouTubes. But look, we're not gonna dwell on it, right? I'll just say a bunch of really silly stuff. Country Boy says, "There it is." Boom, there it is. Because I think he's probably talking about the advertisement. So I'm just going to twiddle my thumbs until the advert is over. I don't know when it's going to be over because I don't see one on my YouTube page. Christy got it. Yeah. Excuse me. Blame it on the rain. I wonder how long that advert's going to be. Off-Grid did not get an advert. Jess, do you pay for premium? Says Foxit. No, I don't. I do not. I am salty about half of what YouTube does. I'm not willing to give them more money than I have to. I feel that I'm giving them eyes on their platform, and that is of value to them. I'm not going to pay for them to man, you know what? My YouTube page is much, much further behind schedule than, oh yeah, it's like 15 minutes behind. That's probably why I didn't see the adverts show up. It's probably from when I reloaded to see how many thumbs ups there were. Off-Grid does not have premium either. Yeah. I'm not giving YouTube my money if I can avoid it. I don't like them enough. I don't. I mean, the service is cool. The website's cool, but the company is like that kind of the uncle you don't want your kids talking to at the family party. Yeah, no way. No freaking way, YouTubes. It's 22:33. That gives us 28 minutes, 27 minutes to hang out before I love what Off-Grid Recon says here. They're not going to do it, but that's a great idea. Content creators should get free premium. But I also feel that, like, if you're a channel member, you should get no ads. I mean, that doesn't make sense from YouTube's point of view, except it kind of does because they take a cut, right? I don't remember what the percentage is, but they take a cut from memberships and from super chats and from all that stuff. Okay, so I've refreshed the YouTube page just to make sure. Country Boy says, "Hey, I resemble that uncle remark." Maybe I do too. I don't want to, but I might resemble that uncle remark as well. No, we don't. We're a couple of great guys. Country Boy. We're a couple of great guys. We're a couple of good old boys. No, we're not a couple of good old boys. That was just me being a brat. I could kill for a slice of cheese. Right about now. Funk soul brother. I hope I don't drink this Craig Ellicott too quickly. David says, I have premium. I always thought that the money flowed back to YouTube creators in an indirect sort of way. It probably does, actually. I haven't looked into it enough because I am very knee-jerk about not wanting YouTube up in my grill. Like, knee-jerk enough that I almost canceled the whole membership thing and went back to Patreon. Because I get more money per supporter. But I didn't do it because it means filling out another tax form. And I felt that YouTube memberships are just easier for viewers to just join. You know, if they like what I'm doing, they just click instead of having to instead of having to go to Patreon.
Hey, what up?
I was about to swap us, but you beat me to it.
I'm the swap guy.
You're the swap guy. What are you drinking?
Gibson's 12-year-old rare, which is actually cheaper than Johnny Walker Red. But I actually like it, and it goes really well with the Granville Island Winter Ale.
Fair enough.
Which I just opened. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
You have premium too, don't you?
I do, and I swear by it. I don't know how people watch YouTube without premium, man. What's wrong with you people? I do agree with one thing you've said tonight, but only one.
That's a red letter day. You usually don't agree with anything I say.
And that's that we should be able to offer our members an ad-free experience. Like,
yeah,
come on. Like, even if it was like, what is your channel membership at? Like $1.99 or something like that?
I think so.
Like if somehow you could say, well, okay, we'll just pick a number like $2. Like let's say, like if your channel membership was $2, and right now YouTube takes 30% of that. Yep. But if you could say, well, I'll give you 50% of that if I can offer these members, an ad-free experience. Yeah. How's that? I'm sure that'd be worthwhile on YouTube's side, and then we could offer an ad-free experience for members. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, I really think that members should get an ad-free experience. I agree with you completely. I would be willing to spend a little to let them have a bit more of my money for that, for sure.
Yeah, David, I haven't seen the actual math involved, but we do apparently get more money from people with premium who watch our videos than if people just watch ads. Just what I've heard. And it kind of depends on, like, if you have premium and you watch, I don't know, 2,000 hours a month of YouTube, then we're getting a tiny little fraction of that.
Yeah.
$12 or whatever it is. But if you watch 10 videos a month, then we get a much larger cut. If you watch, one of my videos.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Did you see Karina Alexis's latest video this week? She used to be Alexis Outdoors.
I know who you're talking about, Karina.
Yeah. She's dropping it back to like probably going to be like one video a month. She says that like she makes half of what she used to, even though she's working way harder on her videos. And she said that she's been able to transition her non-YouTube life into like actually as becoming like a freelance videographer and stuff, and she's having a blast and making a living at that. So it's amazing how many big name YouTube, big name, but there are way bigger name YouTubers who are just dropping the whole game right now. So I feel that behind the scenes we're probably in a time of change. Like even the guys from the Vlog Brothers, Hank and Dave, like there's some changes happening there. There's some very big YouTubers just either stepping back or changing what they're doing or whatever. So it's interesting to see what's going on,
so they're taking a step back to do something else that's more lucrative, or
some of them are just dropping YouTube completely because they're getting burnt. I think a lot of people are just getting burnt the hell out.
Well, yeah, I was going to say burnout is a real thing, but if they're dropping YouTube to do something else, then I can see that. And then on the other hand is, I don't know much about these other people, but like if they have, for a lot of people who are trying to start a YouTube career, they have a job that they're in already, and so they're trying to do YouTube videos, kind of like you, Jess, right? And at some point, they're hoping to transition to a full-time YouTube career. But is it the case that they just get burned out, or they sort of get disillusioned or whatever, and they just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do my 9-to-5 job?
Yeah, it's like I've watched a bunch of videos. I've watched a bunch of these videos lately, and it's kind of hard to say. Like, Tom Scott, right? He's sort of put an end to his channel. He's moving on to bigger and better things. And like he's got a whole team. Like I don't think he's necessarily leaving YouTube completely, but he said that he wants to change up what he's doing because he's been sort of putting out a video a week for 10 years or whatever it is. I don't remember because wine and whiskey, but some of these people are just getting burnt out by the whole YouTube thing. The fact that there ain't a lot of money happening the way it used to seems to be an effect, or an aspect of it, which seems to affect channels that haven't diversified. Like Philip DeFranco, right? He doesn't care what what the YouTube money is because he's managed to he's got sponsorships. He's big enough that when he does a t-shirt drop, it just sells out, right? So I mean, he's got all kinds of he's parlayed his channel into all kinds of ways of paying his staff.
Smart. That's smart.
Yeah, very smart. A lot smarter than what
us noobs. I've been doing YouTube for like 8 years now, and I'm still a noob.
Well, I've been on YouTube since 2013. I really wasn't doing it seriously until 2018.
Really? You started doing it serious at some point?
Well, of late, I haven't because there's just no time, but
Oh, okay.
I'm just taking a look at the side chat to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Like, for instance, Skip. Bit Niddler, maybe your nickname should be Dripper until you fix the tote.
I changed it to the Big Drip.
You did?
And then I'm not sure what sound a drip makes, so I put pew pew. That's probably not right.
What kind of sound does a drip make? Is it? Wait. How do you do that? That whoop?
I don't know. Yep. You can do things with your mouth that I think are magical.
Jim's asked, any clue on how long Mr. Beast has been on? I'm not sure.
Oh, years and years. You go back and look at some of his early videos. They're hilarious. Like hilarious in that you look at what he was doing way back then and what he's doing now. I'm like, holy cow! What the hell? How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, the internet, the YouTubes have changed so much. Like I look at some of the channels I used to watch, like Community Channel, Community. So there was a Natalie Trans channel. It was just kind of a comedy channel, and nobody's doing that kind of stuff anymore. Even PewDiePie. It's like it's almost becoming a historical format now. It's like everyone's.
I don't watch him very often, but once in a while just to see what he's up to. But
yeah,
I think it's he's. I gotta give him credit because he worked hard in the early days and he did those jump scare videos and
yeah,
and he was. But nowadays, what does he do? Is just sit in front of the camera and talk for 10 minutes, and he's got an editor that puts it together, and 3 million views, and he's doing it every day.
Every single day,
yeah. But, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast has got a team of people. He's probably got like 30, 40 people working for him.
Dude, he has restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. That kind of, I think that went bad, but yeah,
it has gone slightly bad for sure. Yeah. It's funny. Apparently, one of us said something funny, which is weird. Jim says, or PewDiePie, which is funny because we're talking about PewDiePie. Country Boy is taking us down a dangerous route. Country Boy.
Scott, you know better. Hey, is Off-Grid Recon still here? I want to know what Off-Grid Recon's name is. I think it's Jim. If it's not, maybe you could consider a change.
To Jim?
Yeah, why not?
That's weird. Another channel who has gone through some stuff is do you remember Boogie 2988?
Oh, I've witnessed the growth and the disaster.
Yeah, and it's too bad because I used to watch him a lot. I thought he was doing good good content, just talking about games and stuff. But then like it kind of went a little weird, and like he's selling off his stuff.
He's interesting case because he, charismatic. He's got a great voice. He's fatter than all hell. Like he's like, what is he, 400 or 500 pounds, something like that. So he's had this huge medical journey as well.
Yeah.
And just he always spoke from the heart. So it's hard not to like a guy like that. But then there's
he made some highly publicized mistakes, and he's paying for it massively. But it's too bad because when he still does, like every now and again, he does one of his old style videos, and I that's what I watched him for, was just he's talking, and he used to make a lot of sense, and then suddenly it got kind of negative, But I think he would try to rebuild, but I think he's sort of accepting that it's his fault, and Jim says maybe I'll try Jim.
I have bad satellite connection at the moment. I'm trying to ride it
out. So I'll just keep talking. I mean, we've only got like another 14 minutes left anyway. It says, I think Crash Course was the first channel I subbed to. The first channel I subbed to was Bushcraft Bartons. Bushcraft Barons? Bushcraft Bartons. I'm typing that into the search to make sure I got that right. It's Mike Barton. Yeah, Bushcraft Bartons. Ooh, the site cannot be reached. Did he disappear? Fudge. On Bushcraft USA, Bushcraft Bartons is gone. Bushcraft Barton's channel is gone from YouTube. I know a lot of you watched him. When I was starting out on YouTube, he gave me a lot of advice and helped me get started. Here's his words from Facebook. Oh, he had a wicked... Okay, yeah, I remember he got severely hacked in 2023. He worked for 2 days to recover his channel. They completely removed my channel because of severe content guidelines that I had broken, even if I was probably the work of the same hack. Okay, so he sort of got chased off of YouTube. That's too bad. He had a real cool kind of positive take. He wasn't zoomy or flash or anything. He had just a real cool kind of approach. I had some serious skills. He was kind of Christian in an evangelical way, but I could sort of see past it because most of the time he just talked about bush skills. He had a wife, Josie, from Philippines, who he had met while on a mission, and she used to come camping with him, which was cool because like my missus would not sleep in a hammock anywhere where she had to dig her own latrine. You know what I'm saying? But here is Josie following and doing the stuff, and she had some skills too. So yeah, it's too bad that he got chased off of YouTube by a severe hacking. Country Boy's first sub was PewDiePie.
Interesting.
He played a lot of the same video games I did, and my daughter loved him, so I had to check him out.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, the first channel.
So Jim, I think I was trying to think of the first. I don't remember the exact first channel I subscribed to, but I'm pretty sure it was sailing, because way back before I decided to buy property, we were going to retire in a sailboat. So like SV Delos, I subscribed to, and there's a few other ones in there. And things went very differently than how I thought they were going to go.
Yeah. There was one channel I used to be subscribed to. They were sailing around the world. I don't remember the name of the channel. They were an Australian couple. Don't blame him. It was like Sailing Vagabond, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Sailing Vagabond.
Yeah. I used to watch them a lot.
Me too, because she's gorgeous.
Okay, there is that. But yeah. I didn't, then they bought like $1 million catamaran, I was like, okay, they're making some bucks off of their YouTube channel for sure.
Well, I think it's funny because when I first started watching SV Delos, it was like a guy and his brother were sailing around the world, and they picked up girlfriends at every port, kind of thing, and and some of them stayed on the boat, but it was like every now and then they had to stop somewhere and get jobs to pay for the next leg of their journey.
Right.
So they're talking about, okay, we're stopping here. We got jobs at a bar. I'm a bartender, and
Right.
you know, and they do that for a few months, and then you get back on the boat and they sail. And at some point, I guess YouTube earnings really took off because they stopped having to stop and get jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're rolling in it, of course.
Absolutely. Shawnee has no idea who she's up to first, but David brings up Gone with the Winds. A lot of people watch Gone with the Winds for sure.
Lovely couple. I actually started watching them before they got into sailing, back when they were RVing around. Just before they got into sailing.
Just before. Jim says, a sailing channel I started watching has a couple. The wife did some really cool editing. She put a map into the Genoa sail. Really cool. I don't know which channel that is. I do miss sailing, though.
Yeah. Gone with the
David says, or as I like to call it, Gone with the Windbags.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Marcel says, I have no idea who I subbed to first. I'm sure it was a cooking channel or a home decor channel or a travel channel. There is a channel that I haven't subscribed to. I keep meaning to, and then I don't. It's two Norwegian textile artists, Carlos and Sven. But that's not the name of their channel, I don't think. And like they're kind of big names in their corner of the art world. So it's like their channel is not their main thing. It's Carlos and I don't know. They live together. I mean, they're a couple, but they got this great house in Norway. Carlos and it's not Sven. Norway.
Is it Peter?
Arne and Carlos. Arne and Carlos.
I was close.
Yes. So they're textile designers. They do knitted stuff, and they have a YouTube channel that is like the most cozy core thing ever. Like they did an episode, today we're going to make porridge. Alan doesn't know what to do in the kitchen, and he does not. So like, Arne is like knitting in the corner as Carlos makes the food kind of thing. But it's the kind of thing that maybe Marcel might find kind of cool. I mean, it's a severely non-stressful, there's no jump cuts in an Arne and Sven video. That's Arne and Carlos video. That's for sure. But I love their house. I love their house. I love like you can see through the windows that they live in this bucolic little chunk of Norway, and I would love to live in a bucolic little chunk of Norway. In the last few years before the Russians nuked the place. But it's just like I love a little cozy core every now and again,
I can't believe bucolic means what it means because it sounds like two different words that are not good and shoved together.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a terrible word.
Bucolic.
Yeah. Arne and Sven. Let me see if I can find their Arne and Sven.
Pam watches Arne and Carlos.
And Carlos, not Sven. I have Sven on the Arne and Carlos.
Marcel says it could have been an ASMR channel. Anybody like first channel mukbang? Like some Chinese dude, you only see him from here down.
Yeah. I admit that I am not a mukbang fan.
I do the zombie when I hear that.
Oh, do you? Yeah. I'm gonna put this here for Marcel. Oh, actually, David says that Pam watches Arn and Carlos. Yeah, I saw that.
That's something.
Hold on a second. My first off-grid channel, says Jim, was Sean James. Then some guy that did a video about him, guy named Russell Raspberry or something like that. Then Jess. So David says he used to like watching Sailing Dawdles, but not anymore.
Sailing Dawdles.
Hold on. Jim says, I lost interest in Sailing Doodles really quickly. Bobby, what the hell is Sailing Doodles?
Don't know.
Jim says, but right now I gotta watch the back of my highlights. All right, good night. It's only 4 minutes left of the live stream.
Yeah, Jim, what the hell? Blowing us off.
Marcel says, the first mukbang channel I ever saw was just half of an Asian woman's face chewing. I was like, no.
Try with half an Asian guy's face. It's worse. They're not even like daintily eating, like no, it's like
yeah.
You know, this is crab legs.
Yeah, no, don't like it. David says, agrees with Jim. Me too. The channel lost its way very quickly. Too much TNA and no sailing. Okay, I can see. I would.
Sorry, what was that? What was that channel? What was that channel that we're supposed to stay away from?
Sailing Dawdles or Sailing Doodles?
We're supposed to stay away from that channel. Okay, I will definitely not check out the TNA on that channel.
I'm not going to check it out. Okay, Jim's going to wait. Peer pressure. Oh yeah, it's okay. Well, that means that we really have to end at 11 then on time because Jim's got to get his beauty.
We have to go over now. 5 minutes.
Oh, you're cruel.
I was late, like 40 minutes, so you have to go another 40 minutes.
Yeah, but you were late. I wasn't. I was on time. Freaking miracle that I was on time.
Dude, you were dying when I got here, so...
I was not. I was doing great.
No, you were dying.
I was collecting subs. I think the first channel I subbed to was a guy that fell asleep during a live. Someone even posted his GPS coordinates thinking he needed help.
Oh my god, there's a blast from the past. That was a long time ago. Holy shit.
Marcel doesn't like chewing ASMR or mukbang. No. I'm okay with the weird... here's the thing. I do on occasion put on an ASMR channel if I'm way too stressed to sleep. I like some of those things. I love nature sounds. I have a nature noise channel that I listen to while I'm trying to work if I really need to focus. It's like a Swedish forest. But I'm okay with like the tapping and stuff like that. But a lot of the mouth noises, like some of them are like, it's like stop with the mouth noises. Scratch or tap or something, but that's it.
But the only kind of I like. I've done some ASMR like on the Bookstores channel and City Rose channel, but like peepers at night are kind of cool to listen to. Thunderstorms, distant thunderstorms. And a beach on the ocean is really nice to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Just the waves lapping up the sand.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. I feel that nature sounds are the best, for sure. You know. Serge is out. He's got a fire to go feed, apparently. Oh my land. David says RDB marathon. Could you imagine me trying to stay up for 24 hours? I'd be like, this channel is made possible by viewers like you. Like, nope.
You'd need help.
Country Boy says, my TNA channel is back to basics stricken Fran, but only because it's done well. I don't know. I do not know back to basics stricken Fran. Strick is a cool name, though. I should have named myself Strick for my channel.
I can't believe I'm not your TNA channel, Scott.
Damn it, Scott. Christy says, I hate those reels of Asian people shoving huge amounts of food in their mouth and not even chewing. What are you guys watching?
Yeah, Christy, what are you watching? Christy. Back to basics.
B2B Castaways, Stricken Fran. I'm not going to watch this, though. Oh, they're Australian. And she's a walking dream. But the thing is, who cares? A couple of really hot peeps on a bunch of beaches. It's like I've seen so many channels like this that I'm jaded about it, you know? It's the reason I stopped watching Sailing Vagabond. It's like two young, gorgeous people getting rich off their YouTube channel, sailing, and it's like it's the same channel over and over again. The only thing that changes is the name.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I don't watch Jake and Nicole at all, but I've watched a couple of their videos, and they were actually really well done. And I'll tell you what,
they're well done, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, like
there's quality there, but
I'll tell you what, like Sailing Vagabond, they don't take themselves too seriously. They're doing what they're doing. They're actually okay people. Yeah. I have no problems with them, and I'd rather see those two make money than a room full of suits in Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that for sure. Absolutely.
They're almost everybody on YouTube. Even if I don't like them, I'm happy they're making money and not, those suits. The only exception would be Jake Paul and his stupid brother. I wish those two would get.
I wish they would just stop. I wish they would.
I hope Mike Tyson beats the crap out of Jake Paul, and then finds his brother.
Mike Tyson's old now, though. Right?
He's training, man. You should see some recent videos of him training. Oh, he's in shape. He's ready to go. Okay. Yeah, he's in his late 50s. You watch his training videos, like, I'm not stepping in a ring with that guy.
Yeah, I would love for him to take the Paul boy and snap him in half, but
right.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to pay to watch it.
No. Oh, we'll find it. We'll find it after. Maybe we should do a watch party.
Oh, Strick is an Aussie. Fran is Italian. They were marine biologists. Now the motor around Australia is living from the ocean. Now they motor around us. They were marine biologists, and now they're just YouTubers.
Living from the ocean? What does that mean? Like it
means they motor around and they've got a motorboat. To me, a motorboat is just a car that floats. If it doesn't have sails, it's not a boat.
Oh, if it doesn't have sails, it's not a boat. No. You know what? I spent years researching sailboats because I thought we were going to retire on one. And the big thing that got me off of that was
I'm looking at thumbnails of a Strick and Fran here, so don't say got me off.
No, but the big thing was that everybody said like sailing is like 50% sailing and 50% boat maintenance. Mm-hmm. Like the huge amount of boat maintenance, like ridiculous. It might even been worse than that. And it's I'm not a maintenance.
$1,000 a year.
I'm not a maintenance. Not just the money. Well, it's probably no. It was way more than that. It's like 20% of the cost of the boat every year.
I was being forgiven.
But you have to be a handyman or a handywoman. You have to be able to take things apart and figure out the problem and order a part and then bring it in. And I watched so many videos talking about that. And I'm like, I don't know if we want to do this. And then we went to the boat show in Toronto and we went on a tugboat, not a classic, but like a modern tugboat. Yeah. It was kind of like a houseboat built into a tugboat. And it was beautiful and it was expensive. And I did the math and said, well, Jesus, you can motor all the way around the Caribbean. You can go from Miami to like the Bahamas on like a quarter tank of gas. Mm-hmm. You can motor around. Then you don't have to worry about a ton of maintenance because of sailing and all these moving parts and stuff. You never have to worry about which direction the wind is blowing or, as long as the motor's working great.
But then you're driving. Like all that stuff you're talking about wondering about the wind and everything, that's part of the magic of sailing.
I don't disagree. But as an older couple looking at retirement and trying to slow down, mm-hmm. It made a lot more sense than sailing. You just can't sail around the world. You gotta pick your
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
And like, because, back in the 90s when I was, director of documentation for like a startup, I had a pamphlet for a beautiful French catamaran on my table because I was going to live on that thing. But then I woke up one morning and realized I was burnt out and then went to work at like a bar. But knowing what I now know, I would rather build the cabin in the woods than buy a sailboat. And
oh
I say this
yeah,
as someone who adores sailing, but for some of the same stuff you're talking about, Russell, it's just the last thing I want is to lose my mast. Is somewhere just to the west of the Bermuda Triangle kind of thing. It's like, no.
Or on your way to the French Polynesia. Yeah, no, I get it. And as much like we spent a week on a sailboat back in 2014-ish.
Yeah.
In the around St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it was beautiful. It was it was certainly our best vacation ever. It was just one of the best times of our lives, spending a week on the sailboat. I loved every moment of it, but I don't regret the decision at all to buy a property and build a cabin in the woods, and instead of taking up the sailing thing. That's not an ounce of regret.
Yeah, and because I realized that like I love sailing, I absolutely do, but I love the forest more. That's what it is. I have great memories of sailing. If I had the time, I would still be crewing on lake, lake sailing, big lakes, whatever. It doesn't have to be blue water, but I would rather be, popping a fire into existence in the woods, on a mountainside. And like, smelling those smells and hearing the birds and stuff. Country Boy says that Back to Basics is kind of a brand. There are a few different groups stricken friend or the least annoying. Okay, so that's weird.
Oh, is Back to Basics then? Are they talking about like getting rid of modern appliances and stuff like that, like modern conveniences? Is that what the brand is all about? Because that whole idea can just stuff itself.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'll tell you, you walk into my kitchen, there's a toaster, a coffee maker, a microwave, a toaster oven, a dishwasher.
Yeah.
We don't have running water, but I would fix that in a heartbeat if I could.
Right. Okay, so Back to Basics. Stricken Fran. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not. I know I'm not. I don't even know why I looked it up. So, wait a minute. I don't understand, though. Sailing Doodles. I don't know. I'm not going to watch either of these. Here, I'm closing them. I don't watch enough sailing stuff anymore. Now, Marcel says, I would much rather have land than a boat because I'm too claustrophobic to live on a boat. To live on one, I would have wanted the catamaran. I had this 32-foot catamaran pamphlet. It was a Privilège by Aliora Marine. I believe that Aliora Marine no longer exists. There was a lot of constriction in the sailboat market in recent-ish years, around 2008, strangely.
When you say constriction, what do you mean?
I mean, half the world went out of business, sailboat-wise.
Oh,
yeah, Aliora Marine went into liquidation in 2012. Okay, so they actually lasted a little longer than some of the others. It's too bad. They made gorgeous boats. Aliora Marine Shipyard was liquidated by the Commercial Court of Le Mans, which gives it another month of operation. 70 employees at risk of redundancy. Yeah. It's too bad. They had tried to branch out into motorboats and stuff as well to sort of save the brand, but forgot about it. And they were big players. Not as big as like Jeannot or Beneteau, but I mean, they were big players. Country Boy says, watch one episode. The drone work is good. Oh, they have a drone. Of course they do. I'm a sucker for drone work. It's got to happen. I got to get one.
I tried to get one to you. Damn it. It didn't work out.
I don't even remember which of the DJIs I was looking at. It was that one that's just under the 250 grams limit, but it still had the follow me feature.
Is there anything new?
I am absolutely sure that they're at like version 3 of that by this point, or whatever it is. DJI.com. Is it DJI.com? Yes. DJI.com/CA. Wow, they're launching something April 11th.
No, I gotta look too.
The DJI Mini Pro, Mini 4 Pro. I don't think it's the Mini. Isn't there like a... No, it is the Mini, maybe. They have a compare camera drones function. Describe your interests.
Huh. Just ready to roll. Looks like it might be some kind of mini. Handheld? Is that what I'm looking at? Camera drones. It's got to be the Mini, right?
I think it's the Air. Is the Air the really light one?
No. Mini. DJI Mini 4 Pro is 249 grams.
Okay.
That's the one you want. If you click the buy now button, it's only $759. Why haven't you bought it already?
That's got to be US.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. But why haven't you bought it already?
Yeah, it's from $759 US. I would, if I had the money, I would buy it. So it's going to be what, like 1,200 Canadian? Right? 1,300 Canadian, probably.
Well, DJI Mini 4 Pro. Well, hold on. Let's take a look here.
Wow, DJI drones do not look like what they looked like last time I looked at their drones. Like the Mavic 3.
That's what I have.
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy a Maverick because it's heavier than a 250. So how much does the Air weigh then?
So there's a Mini 4 Pro on Amazon for $12.79, but it includes a video. Oh no, wait. It looks like it. Oh, it's the controller has a display on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, if you get it without the display, meaning you're using your phone or whatever, it's $1,059.
Yeah, I'm not buying it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wonder what that is that they're releasing on the 11th of April. That looks like some next gen stuff.
If you look at the picture that comes up, how do we get back to?
Country Boy paid $800 for his Mini 2 bundle.
All right, hold on. Let me share my screen. You paid $800 for the Mini 2 bundle. All right, look at that picture. I mean, that looks like it like it's not a fold out. The wings don't fold out. It looks like it's stationary.
I bet you it's
that's
really
got to be
small.
That's got to be a new Mini.
Yeah,
or a new type of Mini.
Do you think maybe it's what's it called, an FPV? Flying by a point of view, flying, whatever it's called.
I don't know what that is. Oh, there's David's still here.
Country Boy never uses his. It's the Mini 2 no follow me feature. The follow me is what I need. I thought, Russell told me not to buy it, but I'm not a good listener. So the Mini 2 doesn't have the follow me. Does the Mini 3 have the follow me?
Well, okay, hold on. Let's make sure there's follow me, and then there's it's not technically called follow me.
No, it's not. It's called something else, but that's what it does.
I can't think of what it is now, but yeah, it's essentially what it does.
Right.
And you can, and there's a few different ways. Oh my god, brain not worky. Like
My
there's
brain
follow
hasn't
me,
worked
and
for
then
most
there's
of my.
follow me, and then there's point of interest, which you can circle around.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me as a moving object. It's anyway.
Christy says, "What's that one Jay and Jen reviewed on their channel that fits in your hand?"
Was it
Mini?
DJI, Christy? I haven't seen it. Okay, hold on.
David says that getting the basic license is easy. Don Drones on has an excellent YouTube tutorial on YouTube. It's an excellent tutorial on YouTube.
I haven't done it, but I probably should. I mean, I'm only like flying it out here mostly, but Jay and Jen. Was it a promotional video?
I'm looking for Jay and Jen.
Look at all the videos they're putting out. They're doing really well. I mean, they're getting more views than I'm getting on half my videos. So, solar, back to business. How far back are we looking?
I'm looking. I'm guessing that the entire video is not about it.
Yeah.
Christy's looking for it.
Oh, but he says she says there was a review on it though.
Country Boy got the email this morning from DJI about that new drone that they're releasing on the 11th.
Is there any more information about that, Scott?
No, he says that no info though. David says to check out Don Drones on. He reviews a lot of different entry-level drones. It's good to know.
I can see that they've been using a drone like this from 3 weeks ago. Back to the business at the off-grid cabin. That thumbnail was definitely taken by drone.
Yeah,
and maybe even more than that. A month ago, that looks like a drone shot as well. Anyway,
yeah. Okay, it's 11:18, so I got to go to bed because I have to actually go to the office tomorrow. So we're gonna shut her down here for the week.
Me too. I'm gonna be in the office. I'm probably gonna sleep in though. In my bed.
Between now and next week, everybody, please.
Sometimes I get up like really early, like 8 o'clock. I'll come down and let the dogs out, and then I'll sleep on the couch.
Who let the dogs out? Between now and next week, everybody, please be safe, be healthy, stay sane, and be kind to one another.
And peace out.